Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Kieran, and this is Fox Off RPG. Today we're doing an unboxing. I've been very excited for this one. This one is called Barrows Borderlands. The way I described it, from all the stuff I've seen on it, I've talked to the creator quite a bit actually as well, and essentially this is OD&D mixed in with some advanced like AD&D stuff, but thrown into a world of a radioactive wasteland, science fantasy. You have guns, ray guns, you have black powder, you're gonna have dragons, monsters, everything. It's just weird. It just sounds weird in the best possible way. And this game is compatible with any OD&D classic, basic and expert module. If you want to run it with that, you can, and you don't have to change much. The stuff that's in here is very you can plug in and play. You can pick what you want and throw it in. So say if you want to play keep on the Borderland, play that, throw in the radioactive stuff from there, change some of the weapons around, and like you can add some of the robots and stuff that might be in here, and there you go, you have an awesome game. So before we start doing the unboxing, I just want to again thank everyone for watching all my videos. It's just amazing. I'm still blown away that anyone wants to watch and listen. I'm going to leave a link in the description for my X account if you want to follow me there. Remember, if you like, comment, subscribe on my channel, it helps out massively. As well as I will link for my DriveThru affiliate link, and I will link where you can find this. It's on DriveThru, but I would say use the creator's expert, Matthew Tapp. Matthew's website, Matthew Tapp's website. And the reason is, I always say this when it comes to small creators or indie creators or any creator has their own website, use their website. You get the PDF there, like it's not a big deal. You can get the physical copy. I've been talking to Matthew for the last few weeks on and off, and I was asking him, like, when's this going to be available in the EU for shipping? Currently it's available in the US, I think Canada, the UK, and I think Australia. I can't remember, it's somewhere else. But yeah, I know he's working on EU shipping prices and stuff like that. So what he done for me, he paid for the shipping for this. I paid for the box set. Just want to let everyone know that, which is pretty great and awesome. He done that for me. Obviously you won't be doing that for people, but you know, we're going to be showing off the game, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we're going to unbox this now. Just give me a second. It's like wrapped up really well, and the box itself, I'll show you when I unwrap it, but the box itself has that classic wood feel, and again, it's invoking that old OD&D feel. Oh yeah, it's going to be 4 pamphlets. I think you get dice in this as well, which is awesome. Only thing you need to supply is paper and pens. Awesome. Actually, I think there's character sheets in here as well, so like you're pretty much sorted, you know? And each one of these has different dice. So let's have a look at these dice here. These actually have some nice weight to them. I've seen people with red dice, green dice, different colored dice, different sort of these are actually really nice dice. Oh, they're sort of like slightly see-through with like sparkles in them. And they're this nice turquoise with gold lettering, which is awesome. And here are our pamphlets. So I'm actually going to be playing this off screen and stuff like that, because I'm going to eventually review it. And I'm going to be playing it with Barrow Maze, I think. So yeah, so I'm very excited for this. And like he creates these all by hand himself. Everything is done by hand, which is insane. And he actually done an interview with Dundermoose, so I'll leave a link to that. You should check it out. It was great. And he was saying like he found the exact paper they used back in the day, but the only thing was they didn't have that sort of the bleach color So everything, it's not the same as it was, the color wise, but everything else is like the same type. And there's 4 booklets. You're going to have this one is Men and Mutants. This one's going to be your psychic and sorcerer powers. You'll then have your monster and treasure book. And then you also have your Underworld and Borderlands adventure book, which is pretty awesome. I think it just talks about basically the world, wildlife, not wildlife, outdoors adventures, done underground adventures and stuff like that, and how things work. And oh, I'm so excited! And here's some character sheets, and these are card stock as well, so they're quite nice. Yeah, so this is cool. So when you get this, you should get PDF versions as well, I believe. So when you get the physical, you're going to get PDFs. Yeah. So we're going to have a quick look through all this here. Yeah, we'll look at Men and Mutants for this. We're just going to do a flip through, have a look. It's a nice pamphlet sized. The card in this is awesome. The cover, the paper feels nice. A weird science fantasy old school style role-playing game set in a dark radioactive wasteland of magic, black powder and dragons. What is this game? Well, in simple terms, Barrows Borderlands, or B&B, is a tabletop fantasy adventure in a game of countless others. It was made to capture the early style of play from the days of the old guys in the Midwest players. Assume the role of characters living and adventuring within the Borderlands, a land between lands where weird becomes reality, or more players are to assume the role of a referee whose job is to act as a neutral arbitrator. So yeah, this basically talks about what this world is, how it came to be, what's it about. And I know in Matthew's games, he's only like 24, 25. And he started off playing 5e, and then he just basically fell into like OD&D and OSR type games, and he created this, which is insane. So talks about some recommended equipment here. I'm not going to go through everything, I'm just going to go through a couple pages here and there just to have a look at. I hit my camera. Common game terms, such as strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and radiation resistance. Taco modifiers, what they are, how do you deal with death, paralyze, device, breath, and sorcery. Shadow Empire, horrors, and ancient and new. And I think when you read this, you're going to get a sense of an implied setting, big time, because it's very different from a lot of things I've heard. We've all heard of like post-apocalyptic games. I can't say that. Post-apocalypse games. And we all know about fantasy games. There's not many post-apocalyptic fantasy games where everything's kind of just weird. It's like this old pulpy feel of what's going on. You could have UFOs, and I know he's creating some adventure modules as well, and some of the people he plays, right, they're going to be creating adventure modules, and he's going to be publishing them, which is cool. So you get that old school feel of the game, but everything's just not quite there. You're going to have knights and laser guns. You could have UFOs going around. And here we have character creation, race, human, kobold, starborn, halfling, dwarf, Melician, which is like mushroom people, I think, mutant, fairy, and green skull. That sounds cool. So they're basically ghouls from Follow. Ability modifiers, what they are. Your classes: fighting man, magic user, cleric, half caster, thief, gamma, and psychic. And it tells you what you need to your prime requisite for your stats. Saving throw by level. So yeah, it's gonna, if you've played like again any OD&D, classic or advanced D&D, if you have OSE, the base bones of this is going to feel familiar, but there's a lot of new stuff in it. The world, the field, the monsters, you have different equipment. If you miss what we have, firearms there. Different animals. There's tons of different types of equipment. And the thing is, you can also look at all the other games that have been put out over the years, and you can add equipment in from those. Or if you're playing an adventure module, use the equipment that's in there as well. And the equipment doesn't always have to be, here's your combat metrics, for armor to AC, what for monster hit dice, what it should be. So it's very simple, very straightforward. This is great, especially if you want to create your own monsters or port them over. Situation modifiers, it's all well done. So I'm very, very excited for this. So yeah, grappling rules, it's all there, everything's there, all the good stuff. Psychics and sorcerers, and it's going to have spellcrafting, counter spells. Ooh, counter spells. Rolls a cast, critical miscast. Well, that's interesting. That's good. I always like that. That's always fun. Spell tables, magic users, clerics, explanation of spells, psionics, OGL. So this is so counter spells and magic duels. Okay. When a magic user or cleric casts a spell, other spellcasters of the same type have an opportunity to attempt to counterspell. To do so, a player must declare a counterspell. A character attempting a counterspell must not have cast this turn. The character who is attempting to counterspell shall reference their level/hit dice versus the opponent's level/hit dice and roll 2d6 against the target number. In some cases, spellcasters may be at a high enough level to automatically cancel a spell, or in some cases, reflect the spell onto another target. So you could reflect the spell on that someone's casting against you onto one of their allies. So that's pretty cool, or on themselves. Critical miscast table, D100. That's always good. 95. The caster is contracted Star Plague. Number 37 to 39. The caster's shadow comes to life and wanders off. They feel incomplete. Again, this is great. Someone like we had there, the Star Plague, that's going to be a negative effect. Well, this one here, 37 to 39, is basically a role-playing opportunity, which is cool. I like that. I like when things are not all just about, oh, you cannot walk X distance for next month or whatever, you know. You're limited to X, Y, and Z. And it gives an explanation of what each spell is. And here you have up to 7th level spells for clerics and 12th level spells for magic users. It goes to explanation of what each spell is, what they do. Very simple, very straightforward, really cool. Again, this is all very well written out, well explained, simple English. Again, you're still getting the feel of the world, which is very important. And I talked about psionics. I've actually never used psionics in a game. Actually, a lot of people haven't. Even though they've been around for a long time, a lot of people don't. But I'm glad he added this in here, because if it wasn't in here, you know someone would complain. But yeah, that is the psionics book. Have a look at the monsters and treasure book quickly. Okay, this is just an unboxing viewing. I love how we open it straight away, and what we get? We get a grey with a laser pistol. Monster index. It goes alphabetically. Yeah, that's cool. Robots and aliens. That's what we love. Oh, I can't wait for this. I'm gonna have so much fun. Excuse me. I'm yawning like a madman. You're gonna have all the normal monsters you're probably gonna expect, but you're also gonna have more creepy sci-fi sort of stuff and weird world monsters in here, which is cool. So again, you can run this with basically anything, and then it has like the secret rite of lichdom. Like, it's giving you explanations of backstory on how things work, while explaining the process of what you need to know as a player or a DM, or as a DM, I should say. In this, they're called judges. Actually, that was the robots there, wasn't it? Robots. Okay, robots are tough. 8 hit dice, AC of 2, 1 to 3 may appear. Okay. 2d6 damage or death ray. Oh wow. And it gives a nice description on what they are, how they work, and all the different things that's going to work with them. That's awesome. And how they affect different types of classes. Fighting men, magic users, and so on. That's awesome. I'm even more excited. I was waiting for this for a couple weeks, or maybe 2 weeks. And maybe not even 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway. And I am so happy it came. It came, you know what? I was so lucky. The day before this came, Axe 2 came, which is insane. I'll be doing an unboxing video on that as well. I'm just having a flip through and talking about what I think I'll be expecting from the game and so on. But then this came at the same time my canvas map for Gods of Forbidden North. So that was great. And then things were great on the channel as well, so that was cool. So we have the treasure tables, which is cool. Let's have a quick look at that just to see how some of this works. Type 1 treasure goes by the type and what you're going to roll, percentage wise, what they need. You got it again, it's very late here. Magic items, swords, special swords, maps. Okay. Armors, cursed weapons. Oh, I love cursed weapons. Miscellaneous weapons, different types of magic arrows, axes, so on. Potions, scrolls, rings, curses. Or curse, like what kind of curse did you get? Maps to treasure. Maps to magic items. Maps to magic and treasure. That's cool. Special armor, hazmat suit, a Danko star suit, advanced metal armor of the Demon Lord, armor of Mobius, armor of Segard, the Putrid Apostle. That is such a cool name. Oh, and Lion's Mane Catassium. And talks about swords and guns, alignment rolls, intelligence and ego, and how some weapons think. That it's gonna be cool to have that with like some alien weapon. That'd be awesome. Anti-material weapons. So it's like a good mix of stuff in here. Different kinds of swords, special armors. Interesting. So it has a bit, like we were saying, the Fallout sort of feel as well. So that's cool. Power staffs. Deck of many things in here as well. That's cool. Like, again, I'm so excited for this. Like, the writing looks small, but they're not huge pamphlets at all. Like, I have decent sized hands, but yeah, they're not huge. They're not tiny. The writing in it looks kind of small, but it's not. It's very readable. It's very it's just easy to read. Which is, I'm actually, when I open it up, I was thought this might be hard to read, but it's not at all. I'm a fair distance away, and I can read it very easily, and I have my glasses on. And my glasses are not for seeing; they are actually because my eyes take in too much light. And I'll give you an example. I know this is completely off topic, but if I look at a light without my glasses, like a traffic light, I will see a flare. So the light would normally look like that. I see it like that. When I put my glasses on, it's like whoop. Sort of regulates how much light comes into my eye. And my vision is actually near perfect, apparently. So, and here's again just the character sheets, and it's very simple, very straightforward. You can just write these out on a piece of paper if you want. Yeah, and you can get, well, again, you'll get the PDFs as well when you buy this directly from his website. And book 4. Let's have a quick look through this. Again, I've been so giddy last 2 days or so, as I'm recording this anyway, because these will be going up over the next week or so. The unboxings, and this is basically talking about the world, traps and tricks, Underworld, what it is, freshness. As the player delves deeper, the upper levels of dungeon will begin to lose their spark. Once the monsters have been slain or driven off, and the map is nearly drawn in their notebooks, the mystery fades. What was once dangerous becomes dull. And while the pull toward deeper levels is always strong, there's a reason the upper levels ones must become irrelevant. Here are a few simple ways to breathe life back into a worn down dungeon level. Shift the stones, use your pencils like a god to erase and redraw, collapse passage, seal off doors, dig out new hallways. I always like digging out new hallways, by the way. I've done this a few times. I would have like a dungeon, maybe a 2 or 3 level dungeon, and then the players end up going away from it. They finish the mission or quest, whatever they're doing, they cleared it out, and then they end up coming back to the town or village, and they're saying there's something stirring, that the presence hasn't actually been destroyed or removed or whatever. So they go up and they find in one of the dungeon levels has opened up a new place, and that's where you have something new and different and expand upon something that was once familiar. And that can also be used to then as an excuse to restock a dungeon, add new, more dangerous monsters. So maybe the monsters that were once on level 2 are now on level 1 instead, and then the ones that were on level 3 are on level 2, and the third level is new monsters and creatures, and also leads off into another place, a new section. Maybe it could be bigger, it could be deeper, it could be further into a mountain or underground, you know? So it's pretty cool. Referee map, castles, and this is basically talking about the world and how things will work. Hexes, flying, for movement. Man on foot, wagon, draft horse, heavy horse, medium horse, light horse, raft, boat, merchant, galley, all that sort of stuff. What's this? Borderlands and monsters, sighting monsters, lost parties, wandering monsters. Okay, so this is going to be your... Oh, okay, this is cool. So the type of ground you're in is going to indicate what type of account you're going to have. And then the DM, or referee in this case, will come up with something related to that. Or just lift directly what's in there. Like, again, you have madmen, you have leapers, you have brigands, you have knights, you have villagers. And again, none of these are all going to be combat, which is good. Specialists, people you can hire. You can travel. You can use a travel guide for 1 day, and it's going to be a silver, and that's how much it's going to cost. But if you need an engineer, or labourer, or craftsman, they're getting paid per month. So, and if you're getting them to create like items, it might take several days or even weeks to create certain items, which is cool. Strongholds and domains, like he has everything covered in this. Again, this lad is 24, 25 years old. He's very talented. He's taken all the stuff that he's liked, mixed it in with his own stuff. You know, crazy. Aerial combat. Yeah, this is awesome. Again, I'm so happy. I've been waiting for this, and I'm just I'm as happy as I could be. So yeah, that's basically the video. So I will leave a link, like I said before, to where you can find Barrows and Borderlands. Again, please use Matthew's own website. Even if you're getting the PDF, it costs the same as on the drive-through, but you're given more direct support to match you. Same goes for any indie creator. That's it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you liked the unboxing. We did a little flip through we done just to see what things would look like and feel. I'm very excited for this. Like I said, I'm probably going to play this with Barrow Maze. And yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you and goodbye.